Hey everyone, down here from the Tebo concept going Formula 1 Racing. We're here today that you join me inside of the RIA Formula 1 Racing 2021 for this game title as well. Because as you can see inside of the lobby, it's absolutely pretty nothing without some sort of probably less of like an evil eyes or something. So but first thing that we're gonna be noticed like these things as well, and I'm probably not sure that I just completely upload this video that I just eventually deleted. Sorry about this, because due to some sort of copyright issues, and I'm not pretty sure that we're gonna be spawning for some old cars for the Formula cars that subscribe for a lot of hot laps as well. So this is super laps, as much more than the name is $20, which is being terminated or something, like it's being such as one ruined thing, because unfortunately his account got deleted itself, and it wasn't going to be just like itself, because by the end $20 is pretty gone for something for very much as well. So we're gonna be making sure that nothing anyways to try to do so, and before we cannot able to go for a legal club as well instead of the museum as well. So the store is closed by the R2 store. I'm probably not sure that we're gonna be going on to any tracks as well, because you can find the suits and the clothing shop onto the UI, because it's on your left, and as you can see that should be going to keep us or some sort of like and stuff as well. So if you just try to load for some shirts and anything in the past arrive for the merchandise, and something missing has taken down by copyright or something like it else, so we're gonna be closing up the shop as well, and we cannot able to teleport into the race mode. Let's get inside the lobby drifter, and we're probably not sure this is going to be ridiculously loud as well. So I was driven all the way onto the museum, and we're probably going to be making see like these things, because as you remember in the last video that we just saw for the Ferrari T1000s or something, so we got for any kinds of names, because in the last video that I just thought you guys that we have celebrated for the 1000 subscriber special, and instead that I just going for an absolutely going to hit down the gear itself. I'm probably not sure that pops out for a lap times as well. So this is absolutely for the main things, and we have different tracks to choose from. So looks like we got any tracks to try to choose anything as well. So if I just jump out of the car, that eventually despawn as well. So instead of driving old cars, we can actually try to do for itself lap time instead of going to Mexico. We have for all tracks itself, even not for frictional like these things as well. So we got Circuit de Hermanos, Mexico City, Circuit of the Americas, Azerbaijan, which is closed. I think it's still pretty open like it's well. We got Paul Ricard Circuit de Paul Ricard, like this thing in France, Hockenheim Ring in Germany, and Austria Circuit is the Red Bull Ring, Jeddah Circuit, and probably you can require to join the groups to play inside of this track, so you can furtherly access, because unfortunately, wait, I can access this thing as well. We have Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, Circuit di Monte Carlo, Sochi Street Circuit, the Venezuela Circuit of Canada, and Interlagos. We probably didn't have any some sort of a tracks to go on, and before we're going to beat the time it is, we have probably going to be starting on Mexico. The time to beat is 1 minute and 7. 1 minute and 20 is to beat time in car of America like these things, in Circuit of the Americas as well. 1 minute and 7 seconds, that the same lap time will be Azerbaijan Baku Circuit. 1 minute and 47 seconds could be beat the lap time in Paul Ricard. 1 minute and 3 seconds to beat time in Hockenheim Ring. in Salzburg to beat the lap time is 58 seconds, including Jeddah circuit, and the lap time could be beating around here in Autodromo Nazionale di Monza is 1 minute and 9, and the lap time you beat in circuit of, for a little bit for this one thing, the Monte Carlo is 1 minute and 47, to beat the lap time in Sochi street circuit in 1 minute and 8 seconds time. We have 2 more left, and that should be going to be the lap time that you try to beat this for the time of 1 minute and 4 seconds. Try to beat this in some sort of an unknown circuit, and you try to beat the lap time, including for such as this, for many more reasons, in Circuit di Interlagos as well. So I'm probably not sure. We're going to Italy, by the way. And the last time we have already done checking out the museum as well, and we possibly that we do for just the one thing that we're going to be talking about, all cars. Let's get into this circuit, and possibly that we're jumping onto Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. So isn't that working? And it's probably we're going to be doing for something only one else. As you can see for this old Roblox logo, and we're absolutely already teleported right over here. So let's go spawn the cars, and we have seen the teams. We have for some sort of, for the podium of the R2 RIA, and we just eventually try to spawn for just only one car instead of going into other kinds of circuits as well. So we're staying inside in Autodromo di Monza, so looks like we cannot be able to do for just a spawn around for this. We have the team garages. We're going to spawn one car at a time, because unfortunately we don't absolutely try to do for it one time as well, because that is the biggest terrifying unfortunate ways that you're connecting into this some sort of a West internet connection as well. So we already spawned a mobile car for the R2 RIA vehicle, as we just jump inside of the Formula 1 car, which is probably more louder as well. So as I can accelerate, which is the Formula 1 car to shriek fast as possible. This is the pit lane that is turned something like it else. So let's go into the pits, as we're going for a soft compound tires, which is going to work, and I guess it is. It's probably work, and it's ridiculously loud. So in the front of the garage, we're starting in for the Mercedes AMG Petronas team, and the next team is the Scuderia Ferrari, and another team is the Honda Red Bull Racing team, which is absolutely probably the Max Verstappen's is trying to beat Mercedes. And this is the McLaren F1 team right over here, and this is Aston Martin Formula 1 team that Aston Martin has entering the game already after for the Racing Point has just stepped down. And this is the AlphaTauri, which is probably something wasn't interested, that is renamed to Toro Rosso like it's well, because that completely renamed to AlphaTauri after Toro Rosso has just stepped down, or renamed like something like it was. And next one we have an Alpine, which is probably I'm interested that replacing by the Renault as well, that stepped down for just forever gone as well. By 2027, Renault never returned, because Alpine is still on the line that Alpine will be returning to Renault as well by 2027 for some sort of an RS 2027 like this thing. And up next is Alfa Romeo Racing Team Garage for something like this only one thing. It's pretty good that you should be able to drive at this team, or nothing it was. Next is the Haas team, and probably nothing the most popular, or some sort of using some sort of an icon as Forza Motorsport. Not anyone used to do this. And finally, we got Williams Racing Team is gonna be on this one more place over here for just I cannot believe. So I should be able to get on top of this thing as well. So well, let's just get on to some sort of a one reference. As I can hear for this Formula 1, that sounds like a pretty ridiculously V6 engine, and the Formula 1 despawn as well. So let's just be prepared to spawn the cars as we got for instead of the mobile 1 car or the mobile car itself. The first thing that I just spawned is the Mercedes F1 2021. It's probably looked like this, but there's not a 2020 version look like this one as well. So it's pretty obviously that you recommended to drive like this thing, because the bad recommendation is you can't drive the Williams car in F1 2020 in some sort of a Roblox like these things. And up next, that I just completely spawned for the Scuderia Ferrari SF21, that previously that I just spawned for the Mercedes W12. So eventually that I just already spawned that you completely recommended like this car, and this is the SF21, and because of this some sort of a stream of this green thing for some sort of a stripes, it probably becomes a zombie like itself. I'm not going to be doing for just only one thing to do so as well, that I just deleted of this vehicle. Next thing is the Red Bull Honda Racing. Is probably Max Verstappen is planning to beat Mercedes. Look like probably this black, yellow, and red. Look like this scheme as well. And next one is the McLaren, and it will be the last one that you're using to do this before the change of the regulations as well. So let's just remove that car, and this is the Alfa Romeo. The F1 team version look like this. And why something like an R2 RIA vehicle look like probably this? That isn't going to be just like stealing like this before. That wasn't driven for some sort of an F1 kinds of likely cars as well. And then I just already spawned for the Alpine F1 car that is already replaced it from Renault to Alpine, and this is probably really good for incredible reference whatsoever. So I'm probably, and that is pretty nice looking for the schemes as well. And the next one is the Scuderia AlphaTauri that I just eventually spawned. And since 2020, AlphaTauri has stepped in because of, by the end of 2019 season, that Toro Rosso has stepped down, of course, or just probably renamed to AlphaTauri, of course. So, and this is not going to be the last one. The Haas Racing for some sort of a Russian team. This is not an Asian. This is probably for such as one thing driven by someone else. And finally, Williams racing car that's still worse looking for just like this thing as well. It's not probably look worse. It's nothing that a little bit nice is going on, because if you just probably leave me note in the comments, because I was started to get confused about for this thing. And that is all for the F1 cars that I'm not going to be driving for this thing as well. So I just accidentally spawned the Williams cars. Wait a second, we got Aston Martin has stepped in, or being stepped down to be replaced by Aston Martin after the Racing Point has stepped down. So I'm not able to be driving for that kind of car as well. So that is all, because this is only one more thing to do, as I'm not going to be trying to do for its starting lap times, because anyways I do not able to start the lap times itself, because next time we're going to be starting the lap times as usually. So that is all of the Formula 1 cars and game of the Roblox like these series for the meshed models like the F1 cars or something. And so I just gonna be stepping out of the pits, but looks like I'm not going to be for just going to kicked out of this game, because before I just going to start lap times early on this day, unfortunately that automatically kicks out if just absolutely going to be starting around for the lap times as well. So I'm not be able to be starting along for some other kinds of look like these things as well. So as you can see, the store we have some sort of a game pass like itself. So I'm going to be starting to get inside of there. Well, so I'll be headed back into the pits, and you're not allowed to see inside of the pit lane and the infield as well. Now I'm going to get inside of that office, and I wasn't gonna be pretty that home easily. So this is absolutely for this pretty one home, and this is not allowed to just live from. And look at this. This is in for the F 2007 or something. This is absolutely for a poly digital Formula 1 car, like Gran Turismo 4 reference. I'm probably not sure that we're gonna be resetting our character, because I'm not gonna be making sure this isn't gonna be pretty going on. That I just going to get down here, and I cannot able to get right there to the podium as fast as possible. And let's just see the game pass that we almost forgot it as well. And this is the lap time board, and that I just completely saw what is probably wanted to do for best lap times as well. So if you're just gonna be probably making sure to rejoin after you brought all of these game passes cars, we have for the safety car the 1970s car, which is probably the Lotus like itself, and that instead that they just almost forgot to say for this Aston Martin safety car V8 Vantage as well. The Formula 2 car should be Caterham, not Lotus as well. I'm probably not sure. This is really Caterham as well. This is the Ferrari Formula 1 from the 1990s car. This is a 1995 car as well. And the next one is the 1960s Formula 1 car, look like Ferrari as red colorish. And I'm probably that you should be able to get bringing inside of there well, and not instead. If I'm going in here, I could get killed myself. That wasn't the name of the game passes itself for to do this, because I just probably wanted to see inside of their garage as well, and not sure to be completed as well. And another 2011 car, which is the Sauber Mercedes. I think this is the Mercedes-Benz or the AMG Formula 1 car, like the V8s as well. Another one is the 2014 car, as for such as for the first hybrid era car, look like probably this as Ferrari. And the next one will be much slower. This is the Formula 2 car, which is the R2 Formula Junior car, as like this thing. And the Formula 3 car is the Junior 3. And we probably, that is going to be all names for something. And I'm not allowed to start the lap times. And we're going to be seeing around the tour of around inside of a 2021 Monza himself. So let's pretty good to go. And we're going to do for it's making a little bit insane to do so, because I do not able to start the lap times instead of corner cutting. As you can see, that must be the outside of this thing as well. So looks like we're all ready to start lap times as well. So not instead, this is going to be such as a great idea. This is absolutely not look like fantastic. This is probably very common as well. The top speed of that F1 mobile car is the T1000. It's 210 miles an hour for the top speed, because I just did for a horrifying mistake onto that chicane. So I do not able to go for a very best lap times without a V6 Formula 1 hybrid. So there must be another one, and I quickly going to make it insane to go to do this for this another attempt, and probably I'll be making insane to do this whatsoever. So I'll be braking early before the Ascari turn, and that I just completely did, that I just completely doing for just a little bit of a mistake, and I have reached it all the way back into 210 miles per hour, even that I was completely going to do for its first lap time, because I'll be stopped right here into some sort of the rows of this for some sort of a little bit like this row stages as well. I'm sure that we just completely deleted the car, and that should be the end of this video. I hopefully enjoy this video. That the game is linked in description down below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and click that bell, and that's my decision that we're going to be replacing of this video into a new one. Thanks for watching and for all your support, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and click that bell, and especially for my previous videos. And before that is going to be the end of this season, but 2021 it should be the last season before making changes to the design of the car to get things aerodynamically to do so, and much more to get even more faster than under 200 miles per hour itself. This is going to be Turbo Concept is signing off, and I'm not going to be forgetting about for this only for the last maximum attack era is probably over by the end of year 2021. That Max Verstappen has just won for the very best time as well. And I'll see you Formula 1 fans all later.